All right, if you're a project manager using a system like Microsoft Dynamics F&O, you know the feeling, right? You're sitting on this just mountain of project data. But getting a straight answer to the simple question, are we on track, can feel completely impossible. So let's talk about how we can turn that data pile into total project control. Yeah, this is the question. It's the one that keeps you staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. You've got all the budgets, the schedules, the teams lined up, but without real visibility, you're flying blind. You're reacting to problems way after they've already done the damage instead of seeing them coming and, actually preventing them. And this is the core of the problem, really. Your ERP has every single detail you could ever want. Costs, revenue, every hour logged. But trying to shape that raw data into a clear picture of your project's health, well, that's the hard part. It's like having a kitchen stocked with the best ingredients in the world, but you've got no recipe. You just have a mess. So let's start at the top. Let's start with the dream scenario, the view every executive and project lead wishes they had. A single, clean dashboard that tells you everything you need to know, just at a glance. Okay, imagine this pops up on your screen. Your entire project portfolio, right there. Instantly, where do your eyes go? Straight to Project B, right? It's glowing red. You can see it's over budget while A and C look fine. You didn't have to dig through a single spreadsheet. The problem is just there. It's screaming for attention. That's the power of this high-level view. The chart showed us what was wrong, and a table like this starts to tell us why. Now we're looking at the hard numbers. You're not just seeing the money that's already spent. That's the consumed budget. You're also seeing what you've committed to future spending. For our problem child, Project B, you can see it's already way deep in the red. This lets leaders ask the right questions about the right projects immediately. Now, to really understand these reports, we got to speak the language. It's pretty simple, and it all starts with your plan. At any point in time, how much work did you plan to get done? That's your planned value, or PV. It's the yardstick. It's the blueprint you're measuring everything else against. So if planned value is the blueprint, what's the reality on the ground? Well, that's earned value, or EV. This is so important. It's not about the hours people worked or the money you burned. It's the value of the work you've actually finished. Honestly, it's the most objective measure of real progress you can get. And here is where it gets really, really powerful. What happens when you compare the value you've earned with the money you've actually spent? You get this magic number, the Cost Performance Index, or CPI. Think of it as your project's financial scorecard. If it's less than 1, you're over budget. But if it's over 1, hey, you're a hero. You're getting more than $1's worth of value for every dollar you spend. It's your project's efficiency, boiled down. Okay, these high-level metrics are fantastic. I mean, they're a game changer. But they hinge on one single thing, the quality of the data going in. A report is only as good as the numbers it's built on, which brings us to the foundation of all this. And this is the make or break question, isn't it? Those clean charts look amazing. But if they're built on bad data, they're not just useless, they're dangerous. You could be making a really bad call based on info you think is solid. So where does all this foundational data actually come from? It comes from the front lines, from the day-to-day, hour-by-hour grind. We're talking about timesheets. This is the micro view, and this is where the truth of your project really lives or dies. Welcome to the reality of data collection. A dashboard like this basically shows you the health of your entire data pipeline. You can see what's approved, what's pending, what's rejected. But look at that slice for late. That's not just some administrative headache. That's a black hole in your data. It poisons every single financial report that depends on it. So why does this stuff get rejected? It's always the small things, isn't it? An incorrect project code, hours logged to the wrong task, a missing approval. Each one seems so minor on its own, but these are the tiny cracks in your data foundation that can completely derail those beautiful high-level reports we saw just a minute ago. Okay, so we've got the 30,000-foot financial view on one side and the messy, on-the-ground operational details on the other. The real power, the whole point, is building a solid bridge that connects them. Look, your project control system and your time entry system can't live in separate worlds. They have to be constantly talking to each other. This kind of dashboard, one that links them, is that bridge.
It translates every single approved hour from a timesheet directly into cost, revenue, and ultimately your project's profitability.
So let's just follow the data for a second. A team member enters their time. Instantly, the system is analyzing the cost and checking for compliance. Once it's approved, that data flows directly up to the high-level financial dashboards. And just like that, metrics like your CPI are updated in near real time. The daily action on the ground is now directly linked to the financial consequence at the top.
When you connect that 30,000-foot view with the on-the-ground reality, what you get is so much more than a report. What you get is a true command center for your projects. Mission control.
Because ultimately, the goal isn't just to see data. It's to get insights you can actually act on. It's about taking that complex, locked-up ERP data and turning it into something clear, something reliable, something powerful. It's about getting those actionable insights right when you need them. And that's the real takeaway here. This isn't about having better reports. It's about making better decisions. When you can connect every single hour work to the financial bottom line, it fundamentally changes how you manage. It gives you true control. So the final question is,